Saratoga Saturday. The man, the legend, living it up large in Saratoga. Jonathon Kinchen, of course, he's the star of our show. He's going to give you some picks. We've got 3 races that we're going to dive into. But first and foremost, a little birdie told me that Backstreet Boys is performing tonight up in Saratoga. Dude, are you going?
I am not going. I'm not against it. I'm just, I'm not going. Got some dinner plans, and so I'll be skipping the Backstreet Boys this evening. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of people there enjoying their early 2000s vibe tonight.
Right, Backstreet back. All right. Anyway, and Rod Stewart performed there last night, so a big party happening in Saratoga. So a lot of fun. I promise. I am going to make it up there at some point in time, possibly the end of August, where you and I will finally have an opportunity to meet in person. So, but let's break it down. Again, it is Saratoga Saturday. We're here with you every Saturday morning throughout, of course, the festivities in Saratoga, 9 a.m. And we've got 3 races that we're going to break down for you. Before we do, really, really quick, Jonathon, I want to let the folks know the gates are loaded and Saratoga summer, of course, is underway. Avi, right? And it all starts with NYRA Bets. So with NYRA Bets, new customers could enjoy a $200 sign up. How great is that? Sign up deposit match bonus anytime. So this is what you do. Use the promo code TOGA, T-O-G-A 200. Get in the action today. That's promo code TOGA, T-O-G-A 200 for a $200 sign up deposit match anytime. And again, that's NYRA Bets, N-Y-R-A bets.com. All right, let's start with race number 5. It's the Coaching Club America's Oaks, grade 1. Fillies, 3 years old. It's 1 1/8 mile on the dirt. Post time is at 3:16 p.m. And this is the big race. Why? You got the number 1 and number 2 finishers in the Kentucky Oaks. And these ladies meet again, right, Jonathon? The Secret Oath, of course, the 5-horse, and Nest, the 3-horse. Break this down for us. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's an exciting race. It's a small field, which, that happens sometimes around this time of the year. A lot of them are kind of either the Kentucky Oaks Trail kind of knocked them out and they'll come back later this year. But these 2 are still standing and still ready to put up a pretty big performance. Secret Oath, like you mentioned, won the Kentucky Oaks where she beat Nest. Then Nest came back and ran against the boys in the Belmont Stakes and ran second. So they're both extremely talented racehorses, and I think it'll be a nice opportunity to see how they're progressing when they get on the racetrack together. I'm more of a Nest guy myself. I just think Nest is a little bit better. I think Secret Oath does some things that look a little bit flashier. She kind of moves early in races, and when she was dominant early in this year. I just think that from a speed figure standpoint, which we talk about on the show all the time, the higher the better, like a quarterback rating. In the NFL, I just feel like Nest might be a little bit better. The problem is they're both kind of up against it from a pace standpoint. Now, I think they are probably both good enough to overcome that pace scenario, but there is a possibility that the 2 Society could get loose on the front end. She does have a ton of speed. She does have some fast races. She's trained by the winningest trainer in North American history in Steve Asmussen. So she's got an opportunity to take another step forward. And from a pace dynamic standpoint, she's going to be loose on the front end. She could get comfortable. She could get brave. She's not as good as the other 2, but she might work out a better trip.
So as always, I like to take you to the window with me. Are these the 3 horses that you're eyeing and how you're going to bet? How would you with the 5, the 3, and the 2 today? Yeah,
I feel like this is one of those scenarios where, you can tie the race up pretty well using those 3 horses. But from an efficiency standpoint, from a wagering standpoint, it's not really the best move. You're going to have to get really lucky at another portion of the sequence, whether you're playing the pick 5 or a middle pick 4 or whatever. I would just kind of hang my hat on one of those horses. That's what I would do. I'm going to hang my hat with Nest. 85% of my money, 90% of my money will go through tickets with Nest on them only. And then I will have a couple of saver type tickets on the 2 Society. If Sacred Oath beats me, she beats me. I'm not saying that she can't win. I'm just saying to make the best wager possible, I'm going to just lean on Nest. And I think the best way to play this race would be playing the early pick 5, which ends with this race.
Yeah, and Society 8-1 right now. So maybe throw some coin on her, maybe to pull the upset. We'll find out. Let's take a look at race 10. This is the Caress Stakes. It is a grade 3 fillies and mares, 4 years old and over. It's 5.5 furlongs on turf. Post time is at 5:13 p.m. And the one horse, Caravel, is the one that everybody's talking about, the one to beat, has run great against the boys, but drew the rail. So how important is it for her to go wire to wire, Jonathon?
Well, the rail can be tough if you don't have a first good step away from there, because then you kind of get yourself into a position you might not want to be in. But Caravel's quick enough away from there that I would think Tyler Gaffalione can kind of put her wherever she wants. If she breaks, makes the front, no one wants to go with her, then Tyler will go on with it like he did last time and make the front with her. If, for whatever reason, someone breaks in front of her, she's tactical enough that she can kind of find herself in a comfortable position. We kind of call it the pocket, where you're sitting right in behind the leaders, but you're covered up to your outside. We call that the pocket. You're saving ground. But a lot of times horses, when they get in behind horses, they'll kind of shut off a little bit and relax and just kind of follow another horse around there. So working out that pocket trip is definitely a positive. And she has the type of tactical ability to get in and out of situations. So I like Caravel in here. I think she's the most likely winner of the race. But it is a turf sprint, and one kind of misstep could be tough. She doesn't misstep too often. I think she is the best female turf sprinter in the country. And I think we'll probably see that this afternoon. If for whatever reason she kind of has a tougher trip, I've always thought that the 4 Bout Time and the 5 Toby's Heart have always shown a lot of ability as well. Bout Time ran extremely well in her last 2 starts with really fast races. But now she's kind of stepping into deeper waters and facing a horse like Caravel, who is grade 1 quality. So we'll see how she matches up there. But she's definitely a good alternative if you're looking for options outside of Caravel. And then the 5 Toby's Heart, she's always been impressive to me. As a 2-year-old, she was impressive. She can go a little bit longer. She can go shorter. If for whatever reason they go too fast early, I feel like the 5 Toby's Heart is the type of horse that could pick up some pieces late in the race.
Bout Time, a number of people are talking about her as well, 3-1. So, and as you said, this race really could be a good setup. So again, heading to the window, how would you play race 10?
Yeah, this is a situation where, I'm always going to tell people, because it's my favorite wager, to get involved in those pick 5s. They're great for lots of different reasons. One, they have low takeout. Okay, so that's how this game is. You're not playing against the house. It's a pari-mutuel game. You're playing against other people. And then the house and the horsemen and the purses take out a little piece of those wagering pools to help fuel the purses, and also so they can make money. The pick 5 has the lowest takeout that you can get at Saratoga, so that's always a positive. It's a long 5 race sequence, so it's very action efficient. If you want to have an afternoon of action, you play the pick 5. You got 5 races of action, and it's got an opportunity for some life-changing scores. The pick 5 at Del Mar yesterday, I think, paid $98,000 for the late pick 5. And if I'm not mistaken, the early pick 5 at Saratoga yesterday paid about $102,000. So there's opportunities for big scores as well. So that's how I would play this race. If I was looking at it, I would try to hook up some other races. We'll talk about some other races that you can hook up as well. The other thing I would do is maybe a win bet on Caravel. If you're more of a Bout Time person, a win bet on Bout Time. Or you could play some exactas with Caravel, Bout Time, and Toby's Heart.
Love it. And you talk about other races. We're going to talk about a very interesting one, and that is race 9. Now, this is an optional claiming race. And so let's set that up for a second, right? There's horses that are going to be racing in race 9. 5:38 p.m. is post time. 3 years and older, 1 1/8 on dirt. But explain, there's going to be some horses that are going to be racing here that could be claimed, that are for sale. Kind of, explain what type of race this is and the variety of horses that will be competing.
Yeah, often on the show, we talk about the grade 1 races. That's the highest level of racing for big money. Those horses are 100% not for sale. They're worth millions and millions of dollars as individuals. The other lower level races that you'll see, and this isn't really a lower level, but I'm just going to the other extreme, is claiming races, where in order for those $1 million races horses to not show up in these races and just steal all the purses by beating up on horses that they're much better than, they have claiming races where every horse entered is for sale. Okay, so you have a claiming race of $30,000. Every horse that runs in that race is for sale for $30,000, and you can buy that horse within 15 minutes before the race starts. Now, that just kind of makes it where you don't get a ringer showing up in a race and taking all the purse money. In this race, the condition of the race is basically, to not go down a full rabbit hole, the condition of the race is it tells you who can run in the race. And basically what it said is this race is for 3 years old and up, horses that have never won 2 races or have never won 3 races. And if they have won more than 3 races, they have to be for sale. That's that optional claiming tag. So although there's 2 horses, the 4 and the 5, that are for sale in this race, they're actually the most accomplished of the horses that are in this race. They've won 5 times each, while the rest of the horses in here have only won twice. So I don't try to look too much into if the fact that these horses are for sale or not for sale, but it is an important thing to read the conditions. It can help you make good decisions when you're handicapping if you look and understand which horses are in here and how they qualified for the race.
Some people handicap these races is not betting on horses that are for sale. Do you, is that something that you agree with or no?
No. And I think in all betting, right? I think all betting that absolutes, and you start following a bunch of absolutes, it's going to lead you down a path of mistakes. Always betting the home dog on Monday Night Football. Well, until the home dog doesn't cover, right? I think there's no absolutes. And I feel the same way about horse racing. I don't lock myself into anything like that. I look at the race and I treat every race as an individual race. And I look at every horse and I treat them as individuals and understanding why they're there and how today's race can play out. The horses that are in for tags and optional claiming races win all the time.
All right, so let's break this one down. And there's a horse you're looking at. That's horse number 7, Stage Raider. It's Chad Brown horse. IRAD will be riding him. And this is a longer distance. So from what I understand, that is an advantage for this horse, yes?
Yeah, Stage Raider is extremely talented. And he is also a half-brother to Justify, who won the Triple Crown. So the pedigree obviously is there for Stage Raider to be a good horse. I like his outside draw, but more importantly, I thought last time he ran extremely well against Highly Motivated, another Chad Brown runner, and they got into a duel in the stretch. I didn't think Stage Raider was going to run as well as he did last time. He was coming in off a little bit of a layoff, and he ran extremely well. So I expect him to take another step forward to be even tighter than he was last time. And if he does that, he's going to have this field over a barrel. I think Stage Raider is the type of horse you can single in multi-race bets. I'll be singling the 7 Stage Raider and the pick 5, pick 6, and any other wagers I can come up with late in the day.
Thoughts on the one horse, Uncle Moonlight?
Yeah, he ran well last time, but he kind of got the run of the race, if that makes sense. Everything kind of went his way. He saved ground. He got loose out on the front end. The fractions weren't overly quick. He's the type of horse that, in my opinion, when he gets looked into the eye by a horse like Stage Raider's likely going to put him away in that situation.
I like that visualization, Jonathon. That was a good one. So just to recap, Saratoga Saturday, breaking down 3 races for you. Race 5, it is Nest, the 3-horse. Race 10, it is Caravel, the 1-horse. And race 9, it is horse number 7, Stage Raider. Again, just a reminder, the gates are loaded. Saratoga Summer obviously is underway. This is our second show for Saratoga Saturday. It all starts with NYRA Bets. With NYRA Bets, new customers, new users can enjoy a $200 sign-up deposit match bonus anytime. So just use the promo code TOGA200, TOGA 200. Get in on the action, especially today with all of Jonathon's great plays. That promo, again, TOGA200 for $200 sign-up deposit match anytime at NYRABets.com. That does it for us. Another Saturday morning. Jonathon, always great to see you. Like I said, when we opened up the show, before we actually started, I just have such hair envy. I'm so jealous of your hair. You rock, man. So anyone heading up to Saratoga, there's no denying you can see whatever restaurant, whatever bar you walk into, you're at the track. You could definitely identify Jonathon for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck at the track later on this afternoon.
It's America's original sport, and no one covers it better than America'sBestRacing.net. From the sport to the lifestyle, the best races, horses, and destination venues. Cocktails, gambling, fashion, and more. America'sBestRacing.net is a sport for you. Live it, love it, bet it.